In today's video, fall decorating continues. Hey, it's Becca. Welcome to my channel where today we're going to be hanging out in the foyer or entryway and decorating it for fall. I have 3 areas that I need to decorate, and I think I might only do 2 in today's video and then share the 3rd section in my fall home tour, which I think might be next week. I still haven't shared our living room or done the dining room, but I don't want to bore you guys and always share a room, decorate it, and then reshare it in a home tour. So maybe we'll do it that way. I'll just do the fall home tour and reveal the other rooms then. And then after the fall tour, maybe share how to create a cozy fall bedroom, decorate your fall front porch or stoop like we have. It's very small. And a tablescape, maybe a dining room tablescape. What do you think? Does that sound like a good idea? I'd love to know your thoughts down below in the comments. Here's the first little spot that I'm going to be decorating. Now, my vision, like I mentioned whimsy earlier, is to create a look where you're sitting in the park on a bench, surrounded by fall trees or leaves, just enjoying a fall day. Now, I don't have a park bench, but I do have this settee, and this has been in here frequently over the years, but it's been in our bedroom. So I brought this back down. So again, this will serve as my bench. And then I want to add trees here. So I have a quick project to do that. I brought in this peg rack, brought this up from the basement, and then I will be adding artwork up there. Aren't these pretty? I found them on Etsy. If you're new here, I absolutely love going through Etsy to purchase artwork for the season or holiday, etc. All you got to do is purchase, download, and then you can have them printed in whatever size you need at a local office supply store. Really like the colors, that rusty orangey brown, and then this one's beige with a darker brown. I think they'll fit in really nicely with my day at the park theme over here. But I had 3 of each printed, so I've got 3 for this wall and then 3 for the other wall. Okay, artwork is up. Now let's hang something from the little pegs here. So again, it's a fall day. I'm outside. Maybe I need a little throw. And then I have this throw. It's from Target Dollar Spot, I think last year. But I'm gonna try to knot or make a little loop so it looks more like a scarf, not a throw. Okay, I'm definitely gonna have to fix that, but we've got that, and then how about a little hat? This is also from Target, and I love that it matches the scarf. Now I need to hang something over here, and while I'd love a basket of some sort, I don't have anything on hand. So I have borrowed this from the kitchen. It was hanging on the barn door. I had this little faux branch and a napkin hanging out. Took the napkin away, added this because I like how it matches the color in the hat and the throw turned scarf. I may just leave this here because I like how the length of it balances nicely with the throw, and that I have the white and a naughty kitty. Now let's add a few things to our settee that we're going to pretend is a park bench. Now I know you probably wouldn't find throws and pillows on a park bench, but this is where we just have to soften things up a bit. So I'm going to bring in white pillows as my little backdrop. And I like how I've got my white throw up there and then one down here. And then this camel-y pillow and this one. I've had this one here before, but I just like how the colors all tend to work, and it ties in nicely with the hat and the throw. Let's pause for a quick DIY that I completed last week. Like I mentioned earlier, I really want a set of fall trees just to really make it look like you're spending the day in the park. However, I don't want to use real trees just because I'm afraid of the spiders or bugs that might be hiding in them. That's where these faux winter trees are coming in handy. We've had these for a few years. I cut the wiring off only because some of the bulbs had burnt out and I can't replace them. So here's the before and here's the after. I think this project maybe took 15 minutes, and that was to spray both trees. And it only took 1 can of this spray paint. Just for reference, these trees are 5, maybe 6 feet tall, but I don't want to leave them bare. We need to add leaves. That's where these fall bushes from Michael's come in handy. I bought several of them last year, and thankfully they were selling them again this year, so I grabbed a couple more. This is why I love them. If you peel away this brown floral tape, you're left with several singular branches. I could leave them just like this, or I can break out my floral shears, cut them, and have even more branches. And then to attach those branches to the tree, I'm just using brown floral wire that I had on hand. Here's what one of them looks like, all finished. You can see the wire if you zoom in. I do have brown floral tape that I might layer over there, I'm not sure. And I didn't have enough fall stems to cover every single branch, but I almost think it makes it look a bit more realistic not having every branch covered. I really like how it ties in with the hat and the faux fall bush in that little bag and the pillow and the prints. And it helps to make it hopefully look like a day in the park. But I need to do something with that. I could put it in a basket, but I don't like the baskets that I have for that. So I think I'm just gonna wrap a throw around it and call it a day. I'm just gonna take this thread that I have on hand, wrap it around the base, and then just scatter a few little leaves like they've fallen from the tree. What do you think? You think that'll work? And then one last little play on whimsy. If you're going to the park, you want to take a little bag that you can stick snacks or an extra throw. Maybe some reading material. I love my fall magazines, and I especially love this one. It was this time last year that I had the honor, where is it, of being featured. That was quite a dream come true. So we'll put those in there, maybe a cat, and some little pumpkins. Maybe you've gone to the pumpkin patch as well. And there you have it. Here's the other little spot I want to decorate today. This piece is normally in our dining room. I think I've had it here a couple of other times a few years ago. But one thing I love to do is play musical furniture. If your spaces are starting to feel a little stale to you, just swap out furniture, put pieces where you wouldn't normally expect them, and you would be surprised how it gives your room a whole new look. Like on the other side, I'm going to start at the top and work my way down, adding in art that is identical to what I added to the other wall, except in reverse order. Prints in place. Now I'm going to work on the sideboard. First thing I'm going to do is lay my foundation, and normally, or not normally, but in years past I've had a runner, but this year I think I'm just going to drape this piece of drop cloth, and I need to disguise the rough edge by folding it under, tucking it back, just a little rough little pattern. And while I'm not gonna add any more trees over to this side, I do wanna have greenery that's higher, so it kind of ties in. So I've grouped these pieces together, and now I'm gonna gently place them down into the picture and hope that they fit. Whoops. And then just mess with them for a minute. And I do have the colors that tie in with those, like the burnt orange and brown, that tie in with the prints up above, as well as the trees and orange pieces on the other side. Now I'm going to go ahead and add lamps to each end, and the reason I'm doing that next is because I want to know how much space I have to work with between my centerpiece and the lamps. Now for a little bit of whimsy. Look at this adorable jack-o'-lantern. I found 2 of these at Home Goods about a month ago. Another reason why you really need to shop early. But I thought that they would be adorable here, but I want them to have some height because of this larger scale floral arrangement. So I'm gonna take 2 books. These are actually faux books from Dollar General, and just plop them right there, and I'll do one on the other side. And really quickly, y'all, I had to paint the cord cover. That was driving me crazy, seeing the brown. Do any of you guys do that? Paint your cord covers. But I've also decided this is just so white that I don't have any more colorful, thin fall ribbon, but I did have this one. And it's canvas, so it ties in with this piece. So I'll add one here and one to the other side as well. I might have to mess with it a little bit. Now I'm going to bring in some candles, but I might have to do some adjusting. This is what I have, but I don't like how this is all lining up. So I may bring this forward a little bit, goes back, forward, and then back. And I also don't want to leave it like this. It's too plain. So for any of you who went shopping with me at Hobby Lobby last month, I ended up getting a couple of these, and look, they're little wreaths, but it's the perfect fit. And now I have instant fall color. And one to the other side as well. And then for a little more whimsy and to tie in with the park bench or the trees over on the other wall, I thought it'd be fun to add a couple of these squirrels. I do wish they were taller. I know I could elevate them on a little cake stand, but then that would compete with the elevation of the hurricane. So I'm just gonna place one on each end. And then I do have a few of these, but I might only use just the one right in the middle. Some of you may have noticed when I was putting this together, a few of the leaves fell, and I thought, you know what, let's keep them and add to it. So I'm just gonna scatter some leaves like they have fallen to the ground, but I don't wanna be my usual symmetrical self. That it has to be a little organic. I may end up adding some pumpkins, but for now, I might leave this as it is. And coming on down here, while I could just leave it alone, I've got enough space to do something fun. And by fun, how about a pile of pumpkins? Because remember, over on the other side, I have the little bag with the pumpkins, like you might have gone to the pumpkin patch. Well, look at this beauty. Well, some of you might think it looks kind of odd, but isn't this fun? Home Goods, about a month ago. I'm gonna put this right in the center. And then look at this one. Another Home Goods find. We got 2 of these, so I'm going to put one on each side of this one. And then I have a few of these left over that I didn't use in other rooms. So I'm just going to try them here and there, like one in the back. One here, one there. I'll have to play with their directions, but let's see. Then I have a couple of larger white pumpkins, and I'm going to place one on each end. Then I'll just toss some leaves, and when my cats aren't looking, I'll add fairy lights. Again, I have to be organic about it, even though my symmetry is trying to sneak in. Okay, friends, that about wraps it up for today. I'll be back next week to share my official fall home tour where I'll have better views of the foyer, and there are 2 rooms that I have decorated that I didn't share with you yet, just so there will be some new material. So if you happen to enjoy fall home tours or know someone who does, I'd love your company then. I'd also really appreciate it if you would consider subscribing to my channel. Have a great week, and I'll see you next time.